morning, beautiful people, and welcome to the Morning Manna Show. I'm your host, Pastor Dan,
I'm your co-host, Lady Jazz.
and we'd like to thank you all for joining us here on this beautiful Monday morning. Do us a favor, as you're entering into this live feed, go ahead and hit that like button, as well as hit that share button.
Please don't forget to go follow us on goodness gracious, YouTube. YouTube, the morning man.
What
It's
already?
always every time we open up, I'm always zoned out. It's early in the morning. I'm sorry. Don't forget to go follow us on YouTube, the Morning Manna Show. Check us out. If you miss our taping on Facebook, you can always go over there and check us out as well. Hey, 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 hey.
So be sure to follow us on YouTube.
Did I say
you, you definitely did.
You always
Nah,
gotta.
it's on you. It's on you. It's on you. Your air's on you. We're gonna keep track of the airs. We're gonna keep track of the airs.
Tune in on Sundays at 2 p.m. Pilgrim Temple Church.
You got
and
y'all
see.
audacity. All right, sit down, y'all. Slide.
That's you gonna say you rehearsed that now? Yeah.
That was in your spirit.
Only God can do it.
Oh, okay. Anywho, man, big shout out to Anchor. Anchor it is the platform that we use for our podcast to be able to be streamed to all of the digital platforms. So for those of you that want to listen to this on the go, then be sure to go ahead and either download the Anchor app, or you can actually catch us on Google Play. What is it? I want to say what is Spotify. I think that's how you say it. My kids got on me last week. Spotify. You'll be able to actually hear this broadcast on all of those digital platforms. Today, our sponsor for today is one of our cousins. It is called Cuffed. I can't think of the name. What is Nikki's stuff name? Cuff for Life.
Yeah.
Is it? That's what it is.
Cuff for life.
As y'all can see, I ain't got it in front of me. But our sponsor for today is Nikki Cup for Life. She actually specializes. She specializes in. She performs weddings. She's an officiant to do weddings, as well as she have different accessories for brides and all that. So feel free to look her up on Facebook. Look her up on Instagram. Again, our sponsor for today is a Cup for Life. So big shout out to our cousin. We call her Nikki, but Stephanie Trent. Big shout out to our cousin.
And her being a sponsor this week kind of fits in with.
It actually does. It actually does fit in with our topic today. So just to dive right into our topic. So I received the inbox, and I'm actually going to read. I'm gonna leave the person anonymous, but I'm going to read the inbox that we received. You count mine, girl? Stop, man. We received an inbox, so I'm going to read the inbox to you all before I actually give you what our topic is for today. So I received an inbox on that. Dang, that's another one. So I received an inbox on last weekend, and they said, "Good morning, Pastor Dan. Just wanted to let you know how I thoroughly appreciate you and Lady Jazz transparency and how you all interact with your children. Me and my husband, we actually look up to you all and we admire all that you're doing. Keep up the good work." So with that being said, again, like I said, I'm gonna leave that person anonymous. But today we wanted to talk about a topic by the name of picture perfect. Picture perfect. And the reason that we're talking about this topic is, even though we appreciate the accolades, even though we appreciate people, aspiring or like the relationship that Lady Jazz and I have, you have to understand that sometime when you have aspirations to have someone's relationship, you honestly don't know all of the turmoil that comes with that relationship. I mean, let's be honest. For a long time, the relationship goals was Jay and Beyonce. The relationship goals was with Will and Jada. The relationship goals was Michelle and Barack. Matter of fact, even with Will and Jada, those were relationship goals. And here it is, the whole entanglement.
Entanglement.
The whole entanglement interview came out. So, we found out that, behind those closed doors, there was things that was going on that everyone was not privileged to witness. And that's what happens in a lot of relationships. A lot of times we see people posting on Instagram, giving a crop version of what their relationship is, but they don't let you in into the negative. They don't let you in
Absolutely.
into the fusses and the fights. They don't let you in into when one person has their bags packed, ready to leave, and all that kind of stuff. So we wanted to talk about. We wanted to actually give you all a brief look inside of Lady Jazz and my relationship, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Oh,
Hmm.
it's some good, but it's surely a whole lot of bad.
But the good, the bad doesn't outweigh the good.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because let's be honest, if the bad outweighed the good,
I wouldn't be here.
oh, I wouldn't be here. You don't get to lead me. I get to lead
No,
you.
I
No,
leave
I
you.
call first. I leave.
Nope,
I
nope,
leave. I go. I
no,
go. Oh,
absolutely not.
okay. Anywho,
Anywho,
no, but seriously, like I said, you can't try to measure your success in a relationship by looking at other people because, like I said, other people they don't necessarily give you all of their truth. They don't necessarily give you the full version, the full details of the ups and downs inside of a relationship. I remember with Lady Jazz and I, with us dating, and sometimes we go on dates with other couples and things of the nature.
yes,
And I remember in this one instance we was on a date with another couple, and no disrespect to what he does and all of the above, but the guy who was on the date with us, he felt it necessary to not only open the door going inside of the establishments that we was going inside of, but they had this thing where she would literally wait in the front seat of their car for him to come around and open up his door. Or even when we was walking back to the car, she would stand there and she would wait, until he came and opened up her door. Then and some instances, some people would feel like, oh, they doing that, so I got to do that. Well,
no. I can open my own
yeah,
door.
I mean, but it's what it is. It's because I know you, and I know you and I. We've been around, and that's not something that's going to be a deal breaker in our relationship.
No,
Is one of those things where if that's what y'all do, that's what y'all do. But I don't have to try to step up and show, hey,
no,
I could do it too. No,
no.
I'm comfortable enough in
And
our
if you would do it,
relationship.
I'm like, now you acting fake. Now you just need to go.
You to
You
call
gonna
me
let this
out.
couple because you see him
You to
doing that.
call
Like,
me out.
no, you just acting fake now.
Or
No,
sitting inside of the restaurant, you feeding them some of your
I'm
food and all. Your nose in the way. Your
no,
nose.
no.
But no, that's
I
not who
don't
we are.
require that. That's
Right.
not my requirement. So
Absolutely, absolutely. Because what happens is a lot of times when me and Lady Jazz, when we go to different establishments, sometimes she may get out the car first, and sometimes I have to go park the car or whatnot, and then she just basically just standing there waiting for me to get to the establishment to open up her door. She'll be standing outside for some time, so she knows how to open up her own door and go inside of the restaurant. Now, if we are both walking at the same pace, then by all means, I'll open her door for her. It has become second nature to me to do that kind of stuff, but it's not something where I'm opening up your car doors and all. And no disrespect to those couples that may be out there and they're doing that, really, going all the way in when it comes to chivalry and all of that kind of stuff. If you're doing that, hey, no disrespect to you. But the thing is, you have to know your mate and know, what is something that they do, what is something, that they require. There's things it is that that you do, what I'm saying, pertaining to me, there's not necessarily a necessity. It's just something that you do just because you're my wife.
right,
Certain things such as, when she cooks, she fixes my plate. Like if I'm not ready to eat, she'll fix my plate, stick it in the microwave, tell the kids to come and eat, whatever,
right.
whatever, and I'll come down and get it. Matter of fact, let me give y'all a little bit of our ugly. There's been times where me and her, we've done got full-fledged argument, full-fledged into it. But it still does not stop her from fixing my plate. She'll still fix my plate.
Wait a minute. Sometimes it depends on how bad the argument is. Now, don't you tell this tale
What do you
to
mean?
this. Don't you tell these tales to this
Okay,
people. Now, it depends on how bad the argument is
Did
and
you
how
gonna fix
mad
my
I am.
plate?
I won't even tell you dinner ready.
You're right. There has
You'll
been some
just smell
times
it.
I come downstairs and I'm slamming Paul. She ain't fixing my plate. But
It
no,
depends.
sometimes you be petty. Sometimes you be petty
I
and do
can put
that.
on
But
petty,
majority of
baby.
the times, you will. Even if we've had an argument, you'll fix my plate, and you either send one of the kids to tell me,
Yes.
or you'll shoot
Right.
me a text.
Right.
Food
Right.
in the microwave,
Right.
like.
True. True.
You know what
True.
I'm saying? So, but it's one of those things where, and a lot of times what we fail to do is because we are mad at our significant other, we start cutting down on, I'm not even going to call them, marital responsibilities, you know what I'm saying? Because it's all different, in each individual marriage. But sometimes, because I'm mad at you, means that I'm not going to do this or I'm not going to do that. And a lot of times what happens is because we're adding more fuel to that fire, you know what I'm saying, by doing all this kind of stuff, it makes something that was a small argument turn into a humongous argument.
Right.
And a lot of times, with us, we do have our arguments. Like I ain't,
Mhm.
we have our argument. Did we argue today?
No, but no, we
It's
didn't.
still young. The
Um,
day is still young. I'm quite sure that before we get off this broadcast, we're gonna
I
argue.
mean, we argue. What is it? Amari said that. What did she say about our relationship? I think she said the world wouldn't be right if we didn't argue at least once a day or something. She said along those
Uh,
lines.
But I mean, we have. But
She
I
said
think.
we toxic. She said,
But as a matter of fact, I think with our arguments that we have, it's more so arguments because we have to have arguments. I'll go ahead and even go on the record and say that having an argument with your spouse is good for your relationship.
you did everything is just not
Yeah,
gonna
you
be.
can't just walk
Oh my
around and yeah,
darling,
make it seem
no,
like that it's all
no.
everything is just so good and we're okay.
And
We're okay.
sometimes
No.
argument is good because the makeup be even
Now
better.
wait a minute. You don't want to say that. Wait a minute. It's PG-13. You don't want,
Yeah,
you don't want to say that. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
It's in the Bible. This is definitely in the
I mean,
Bible.
I'm married, so
Yeah.
I'm
No,
just
this is
saying.
true. This is true. We
So
have had our arguments, but we've had to come and make up. I will agree with that. Sometimes, but sometimes the arguments, it helps. You may not even be necessarily frustrated with your spouse. It may be something else that you're dealing with, and you can't release the anger the way that you want to. And
right,
sometimes, it gets directed to your spouse. You'll be surprised how many times, matter of fact, the kids.
right.
The kids, they tell me all the time, like sometime when I've done made Lady Jazz mad and she'll come downstairs and she's yelling at the kids and they'll come and say, what you do to her? Like, yeah, like y'all, you mad? You made her mad or something? Like,
Right, right,
and sometimes, sometimes it is a stress reliever. Sometimes it's that to get that frustration out. You could have had a bad day at work, and you could come home and your spouse can do something that literally triggers that bad day. And next thing you know, y'all inside of a whole argument. But what happens is a lot of times we allow the arguments that we go through with our spouse to dictate how our relationship is going to go. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? You have to be able to, even if y'all have a disagreement, even if y'all have an argument, still be able to understand that, at this point right now, yes, we may be mad at each other, but it does not take away all of the good or what we mean to each other.
Right,
You
right.
know, and I think with us, a lot of time, like I say, yeah, you definitely make me mad,
Oh,
like big
you
mad.
make. I think you make me mad. Way,
I
you
don't know.
make me
When you go
mad.
downstairs every
Way.
morning and fix yourself some coffee and don't,
This
I
is
had to
my
blow down
thing.
on her, y'all.
This is my thing. This is my routine because I do not eat until 12 o'clock. So I get up in the
Oh,
morning.
you want the Lord to do something great for you? You fat.
Listen, I don't eat until 12. So I get up in the morning. I turn on my laptop and log into work, and I go downstairs and I make
So
coffee.
basically, what you telling us is that you get coffee while you're on the clock.
Yeah, we're allowed to.
Oh, okay.
You mad? You
I
big mad?
I ain't mad. No,
It's a-
I ain't mad.
that's like when we worked into Key together, and we would go come in. We might do our morning task and go down to the
See, do your morning
cafeteria.
task first. Chase don't pay you to get coffee. They
We
pay you
don't
to
get
do
our
work.
morning task until maybe 9 o'clock.
Tell
So
me anything.
you're so
I'm gonna call your
mad.
supervisor.
So I make my coffee every morning. This is my routine. And now he want coffee. Or why can't you ask me? Do I mean I said I can ask sometimes, but I'm not gonna ask all the time.
Why
You know
not?
my
I'm
routine.
saying when I go to the store and all this, that, and the third, I may ask you.
No,
I asked you quite a few times today.
no.
Bruh, I go to the store, you know what I'm saying, whether if it's going to get gas, hey, you need something, you need this, you need that, I ask you, and I don't ask you.
Not all the time.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe you probably made me mad. That's why
You're
I
okay, but anywho, to be on the topic of discussion, perfect,
picture perfect.
picture
Oh, whoa,
perfect.
whoa. Oh, yeah.
I just did that on purpose.
It's the
So I
top
could be
ball
on
game
the-
now.
No, you like four in.
Okay, that's probably
Four
like your third.
in.
That shoot you, that that's probably like five by itself.
Picture perfect.
Hmm.
Picture perfect. A lot of people do believe that, Pastor Daniel and Lady Jazz relationship or marriage is picture perfect. And no, we've been through some storms. We
Definitely been through some
we
storms.
come through the storm, but we've been through some storms. Storms. A
That's
lot of people
another one.
did. Even like, had, when we were in a relationship
Before marriage.
before marriage, people used to be J and B, Oogie.
Yeah, they
You
did
don't
used
know
to say
behind
that.
these closed doors, I'm beating on this man. You
Are
know,
you?
like, nah,
The devil is a
but
whole lot, and his
nah,
mama too.
but yeah.
it's
So
it is one of those things where like I said, you see people and you see their relationship, and you don't necessarily know the struggles. You don't necessarily know. You can see somebody's relationship and they out in the public eye and it's they're just so good together and all this and the third, and literally behind closed doors, you know what I'm saying, he blacking or she blacking both of his eyes. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
So it's one of those things where, like I said, you don't want to use other people's relationship as the measuring stick for your relationship. You have to basically, make your relationship the best that you can be. One of the things it is that I recommend is getting to know yourself before trying to get to know your
absolutely,
mate.
that's a big thing.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
have to know. You have to know what you like, what you don't like, what triggers you, what doesn't trigger you. Because
that what?
what doesn't trigger you, what
Okay,
does not trigger you.
okay,
Shit, your mama. What?
mom,
I love her. Allie, we here. Spin my palm,
definitely.
Michael Jordan.
But definitely, because you can't, if you don't know yourself, you can't give somebody else something that you don't even
Absolutely.
know that you about your own self. So
Absolutely. It's funny because I was telling Lady Jazz the other day that that sometimes you learn new stuff about yourself, daily. Like you learn, like, just because you've been on God's green earth for however long you've been on earth does not mean that you know everything there is to know about yourself. You experience new things. You experience, what I'm saying, new ways of living, daily. So there may be stuff that you didn't know about yourself until you experienced it. Like I've told her, there was one time in my life where it was never ever going to be a time that I was going to eat chicken Alfredo sauce, or none of that. Ugh, yuck, no. So,
anything white? No,
yeah,
I don't
no,
like it.
yeah, no Alfredo sauce chicken. How do y'all eat this crap? It's disgusting. And what happened was, a lot of times I was saying that I don't eat it, and I never even tried it. It's just because it was white. I didn't want no parts of it. I didn't want to eat it. And I stumbled up on it one day and ate it, and it's like, wow.
It's not even that
Yeah,
bad.
it's like, this is actually really good. As a matter of fact, it's one of my favorite dishes, for her to prepare for. I think my kids enjoy it as well. When she cooked chicken Alfredo, cut up the little broccoli, put the broccoli in it, all
Oh
that
my
good. No,
god.
but it's one of those things where, for X many amount of years of my life, I didn't know that I liked chicken Alfredo until I actually tried it, and it became, something that I do enjoy. And that's what happens, with us, just in general. You don't necessarily know everything about yourself until you come across these different variables about yourself, and you find out, hey, what, I am about this, or I used to do this, but now I do this. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where you have to pay attention. You have to learn yourself, to be able to completely give yourself to your mate, because as you said, you can't give somebody something that you don't know. You know what I'm saying? If you can't tell a person, well, that I don't like this. You don't even know that you
You
don't
don't
like
even
this.
know if you like
So
it.
how, and what happens is, we try to hold people to standards, try to hold people to such high measuring sticks of things, that we can't even measure up
Or
to
so you
ourselves.
can't even reach it
Yeah, you
yourself,
can't
but
even.
you holding
Yeah,
somebody else to it.
if you're single and you out there looking for a mate, saying, "Oh, well, my mate got to be X, Y, Z, and they got to have this and they got to have that," and here it is, you living with your mama, but you saying they got to have their own
Right.
apartment. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, you have to be practical, and it does not say that you have to depreciate your standards. I mean, definitely. See, what people fail to realize is there's a difference between having standards and having morals. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? There's a difference. Standards can actually change. Morals is something that's actually tied to you, something that's near and dear to you. Not to say that they can't change, but standards change faster than what morals change, because a lot of times people have such high standards and they wonder why they single.
Right. Right.
Wonder why. Oh, ain't no good men out here. No, it's good men out here. Just the man that you looking for, he pretty much don't exist.
Yeah.
Like, he got to be 6 foot and have abs. And here it is, you sitting there with a whole fupa. And oh, I'm sorry, I ain't supposed to say that. You sitting there with a whole beach belly, and you talking about he got to have abs and all.
Right.
So
Right.
it's definitely one of those things where you have to be willing to learn yourself. You have to be willing to put the time in, put the investment in, to learn who you are. You can't give yourself to somebody if you don't know who you are. As a matter of fact, a lot of relationships, they fail, or a lot of relationships they end in turmoil because, he doesn't know me. He does, but you don't know you.
You
You
don't know
know,
you. Have
like
you taking the time to get to know yourself? Like you can't just be like, oh, I got all of these list of demands, and you don't even know who you is for real to give list of demands.
a who?
List of demands.
A list of demands.
I was just talking too fast, so I got to
Oh, okay, slow
come
down,
in.
Speedy Gonzales. Deep, deep, deep. Andale. Oh, y'all know she part Mexican.
Oh my gosh!
She part
Stop
Mexican.
telling these people that people
She
really
part
gonna be.
Mexican. Enchiladas and chalupe. Hot tamale. Oui, senor. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna come across this table on you.
And then they gonna see us fight.
It's gonna be some tables
It's gonna
moving.
be you shaking the table.
It's gonna be me shaking the table.
No, but it's one of those things where, like I said, at the end of the day, enjoy your mate. Have fun with your mate. Have a friendship inside of your relationship. You
Yes,
know that's
that's
very
good.
important. Have a friendship inside of the relationship. Don't allow your relationship to always be at the forefront. Have a friendship inside of it as well.
That's what I can say about us though. Like we were friends before we really became boyfriend and
We was
girlfriend.
friends with benefits.
But we were friends.
We was friends.
We was friends.
Absolutely, we was friends before we became an actual couple. We was
Yeah,
friends,
we was friends.
and never lose that friendship. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? That's important. Don't lose the friendship. And honestly, I think that's what have helped us get through a lot of the tough times, because we have such a unique bond and such a friendship. That it makes us be able to look at situations that we may deal with, situations that we may go through, and be able to look at them not just in a relationship standpoint. We
Mhm.
can look at them in a friendship standpoint. So it's
Mhm.
one of those things where it is important to be friends with your mate. You'd be surprised. People. Oh my God, some people, they have these type of relationships, but they have no type of friendship.
Yes.
What I'm saying? They can't stand being around each other. They don't
Right.
want to be around each other.
Right.
And many of you that knows us personally, you can attest that majority of the time you see me somewhere, you're gonna see her somewhere,
Right.
and it's because we have that friendship, we have that bond that, hey, I need my dude with me, I need my dog with me, man.
And that's because it's crazy because we used to work together at Key
And
before
people
I
used to always
decided to move
ask.
on to
Yeah.
another. But we used to work together at Key and we would take our lunches together. And so many people would be like, how do y'all wake up together, go to work together, take lunch together, and don't get on each other's nerves? I mean, because we're friends.
Now, it's not to say that we don't get it. Now, there's been many of those lunch dates at
Yeah,
Key.
if it's some lunch dates, we be like, I ain't going to lunch with
I ain't
you.
going to
Don't
you.
even jab
Yeah,
me.
I ain't going to lunch with you. Or if one of us will leave this, she's real dramatic. She'll leave the table storming out. I'm tired of this, Billy.
I am not
You know
dramatic.
what I'm saying? You'll leave the table pouting away, and I just sit there, keep your money. I don't care. I don't care. No,
Okay.
but no, yeah, people do say, like, how do y'all spend that much time with each other and don't get tired of each other? And what happens is, a lot of times, yes, we do spend, a significant amount of time with each other, but it's not like that, even when we're at home, that we're just under each other 24/7. Even when we
Right.
was at work, you know what I'm saying?
We
You was in one department, I was in another department.
and
So
we didn't come to it well. I couldn't get in his
yeah,
department. It
yeah,
was
you had
top
it. Yeah,
flight
yeah,
security of the
absolutely.
world.
Absolutely. Your badge ain't work
But
over here, buddy.
even with you being able to have access to my department, you didn't come up there all the time.
Mm-mm. 'Cause you had your
So
work boyfriends.
it was more so like if you go to lunch with your husband and he
But
work at
are you gonna
another
let that slip
job.
pass? I said, because you had your work boyfriends there. I ain't want to come.
You say I
Yeah,
have a
you had
work.
your work boyfriends. You had your work husbands.
I
Uh,
didn't have no work
hey,
husbands.
fellas, let me go ahead and just give y'all a disclaimer. Your wife got a work husband.
No, I
no,
didn't
this,
have no work. I didn't have no work
no,
husband.
this,
You just used to get mad because people. Okay, I can't help that people like me,
no.
long as I'm not disrespecting my marriage.
This is true. No, I used to walk in there. Hey, boy.
I did not.
I'm
I know I
here.
did not. I did not.
Sashay. Vroom,
Nah.
vroom, vroom, vroom,
And
vroom.
the thing about it is now you used to be like, he like you. Like, dude, like everybody does not like jazz.
I don't like no, I'm just like-
So
no. But I mean, it's one of those things where, yeah, people definitely used to question us about that. How did we work together and go home together and all that kind of stuff. And like I said, it's all because of the relationship.
Right.
or the friendship, excuse me, the friendship that we have inside of our relationship. That's why we're able to, sit and joke and laugh, about different things, or sometimes even have inside jokes, because we have that type of friendship. It'd be some times where I may be somewhere and she's not with me. I'm like, dang man, I can't even share this funny, because what I'm saying, she's not with me, or I'll call her, hey man, look what happened, what I'm saying, all that kind of stuff. So it's not to say, like I said, it's not to say that our relationship is just so picture perfect and all that kind of stuff. Because, like I said, we're going to, matter of fact, I feel it. We're going to stay on this subject for maybe another 2 weeks or so. We're going to stay on this subject and be able to talk about picture perfect and relationships, because at the end of the day, there's definitely there's some good, and we're gonna touch on our mistresses that we got.
All
Our
right.
side pieces.
Our side piece.
Yeah, the devil is like you got hoes. Hey, it's bad when your kids tell you that you got side pieces, and our kids literally called them out and told us that we have
People
side
is really
pieces.
gonna be thinking that we be out here cheating though.
I mean, if that's what they want to call it, it's cheating. It's cheating. It's infidelity. No, I'm
No,
just
it's not. No, it's
no,
not.
but it's one of those things where like I said, we do have other things, that we involve ourselves in that sometimes take our attention away from each other, and sometimes it brings about arguments. It brings about,
Mm-hmm.
I'm tired of you, man. You
Mm-hmm.
know what? I'm divorcing you. I'm leaving you.
Yes.
This girl, she didn't threaten me with divorce like so
Many a
many times,
time.
so many
Many a
times,
time.
so many times.
I'm. It's out of anger.
Yeah, she threatened me with divorce, and she go pack her little bags and all, and I go to her, Gina, 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 please.
Now wait a minute. Now wait a minute. We done said some things we
Yeah,
didn't mean.
I said you that baby skins, and we said some things we didn't mean. And because I'm such a silly guy, it be a lot of times that she want to be mad at me. She want to be mad, and I just come, hug all on her and just crack jokes and move, get away from me. I'm mad at
I
you.
want to stay mad.
You'll be alright. You'll be alright.
Okay.
People don't get to see the I'm pumped jazz, man.
A few.
Hey, shout out to my boy Lou, man.
A few of them do get to
Get
see.
to see the I'm pumped jazz. The
Yeah,
I'm pumped jazz. This is, oh Lordy
I
Jesus.
mean, if I get to 10, it's
This
trouble.
is all. You turn green.
Yeah.
Rip off your shirt.
If I get to 10, it's over for you. But
I mean, but here's the thing. When you really care about somebody, you know what I'm saying? And it's not to say that it's a good thing, but when you care about somebody as deeply in a relationship, there's sides of you that person will see that everybody else may not see.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the anger or the mean side and all that kind of stuff. There's a mean side that you have seen to me, and it's like, okay, well, I know not to do that no more.
Let me go ahead and
Yeah,
head out
let
on
me go
that
ahead
one.
and tip out. Put my
Let me,
little finger up.
let me put that in the phone.
Yeah.
Do not do
Yeah,
that.
do not do that because he's going to be on my head.
Yes.
But it's like I said, but it's all about learning your mate because once you start learning what buttons to push, truthfully, what I'm saying, immaturity will make you keep pushing those buttons. You know what I'm saying? If I know, what I'm saying, that you don't like for me to call you this or don't like for me to do this, that, and the third, then when we get in an argument, that's the gut punch off rip that I'm going to. That has to do a lot with immaturity. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? There's things that she have told me that in previous relationships, that others used to say to her. They used to be triggers to her, and I told her in our relationship, those are things that I would never say to her because I know that those are triggers. She basically came inside of the relationship and let me know what those triggers are. So even with me getting mad. Now don't get it twisted. There been some times that I've been ready to boom y'all right to the,
You been ready to
the
what?
boo y'all right, ready to you get ready to hit you with those things. But at the end of the day, how can you come back from that? If I know that this is a trigger, then I'm saying this kind of stuff because what happens is a lot of times when we get angry, we say stuff that we mean. And you know what I'm saying? So that's just why you gotta choose your words wisely because ain't no coming back from that.
Mm-hmm.
Look at you. Like ain't no
Mm-hmm.
coming. Like
And
it's fine. Like I can say okay, you know what? I forgive you, but in the back of my head, hey, I ain't forget.
like you really meant that.
Yeah, you
but
really
I'm
meant
gonna
that.
go ahead and
Yeah.
let that one slide.
Like,
But you really
what you say?
meant
Ain't
it.
nobody checking for what is it? Duty boot? What is it? Dookie booty?
I know we ain't ain't arguing over Dante.
Yeah, Dante, Dookie Booty Dante.
Dookie Booty. Dookie Booty Dante.
And so some of those stuff, that you have to. You fried, man. It's some of those things, that you have to learn, when it comes to your mate and be able. And now, granted, we not trying to make it seem like that we just, giving relationship advice and all that kind of stuff.
Let me shut my mouth.
What? No, I'm just saying we ain't trying to make it seem like we're giving relationship advice because her and I, we've been married for 6 years, been together for 10 going on 11 years, so we don't know the ins and outs about relationship, and every relationship is definitely different, but we decided that we was going to use this opportunity and use this platform to be able to talk about relationships and be able to encourage other relationships, other mates, be able to start learning your mate, find your mate. Don't just aspire to have the relationship that Lady Jazz and I have, because along with all the triumphs that come with this relationship, trust me, there have been a lot of turmoil. There has been a lot of setbacks. There have been a lot of, papers getting ready to get filed.
A lot of crying nights.
A lot of crying nights. When you want to sit the kids down and tell them.
It has.
It has been that. So,
And we'll be transparent. We might share some stories.
Some stuff going to the grave. God bless you.
But, because our testimonies or our stories might help somebody else in their marriage or their relationship. So it's one of those things where, like I said, we just wanted to use this time and use this opportunity. Of course, my time is up, but we just wanted to use this time and use this opportunity to be able to talk about picture perfect relationships. And reality is, there's really no perfect relationship. What is a picture perfect relationship?
There's no. I mean, you can have a well balanced and well relationship with your spouse, but at the end of the day, and y'all put your pants on one leg at a time, just like we do. Everybody's going to have issues inside of your relationship, but this morning manna, or these sessions of morning manna, is for us to be able to help other relationships, whether you're younger couples, whether you're older couples, whether you're couples that's on the verge of getting married, however, single people. We wanted to use this platform and this opportunity to be able to talk about relationships and things to look forward inside a relationship. Of course, that's all our time we got here this Monday morning. This is gonna be good. This is gonna be good because I can't wait to talk about your mistress. I tell you, your side piece. Your side piece. But again, we thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for listening. If you enjoy this content, please, ma'am, please, sir, make sure that you share this content. For those that don't be able to come inside and catch us when we air this broadcast live, then feel free to go ahead and share this so they'll be able to watch it on your timeline. Host a watch party. Be able to tell people that Morning Manna is happening each and every Monday morning here on Facebook Live and all of our different digital platforms and podcasts at 9:30 a.m. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
The Morning Manna Show.
Oh, you ain't stuck for that time.
Nah.
Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. For those of you that are watching, if you have questions or if you have things it is that you want us to discuss on the Morning Manna Show, then feel free to go ahead and send us an email. You can send us an inbox to either myself, Daniel Spencer, or even her, Jazz Lene Spencer. Feel free to go ahead and send us those inboxes. If you want to go ahead and send us emails, then you can go ahead and send an email to the email address below. If you are looking to be a sponsor, don't be afraid to be a sponsor. Don't be afraid to be a sponsor. We are looking for sponsorship for you to be able to have your product and have your name be able to be broadcast all over this Morning Manna platform. So by all means, if you have all those inquiries or you have questions, comments, concerns, then feel free to go ahead and drop those inside of the email address listed below. Again, we thank you all for tuning in. I'm Pastor Dan.
I'm Lady Jazz.
Peace and blessings.
Have a good day.